I am sitting on my bed. No, this is not going to be one of those piss take videos. This video is actually quite interesting because I have some big news. I'm moving. This room has been the one that I moved into a year and a half ago now, and it is the room where I've done a lot of stuff. I've made a lot of music and videos around here. I've learned the drums apparently over there. There are my guitars, I guess. This record wall has increased from what, like 4 or 5 when I started here. When I move into a new space, it is my mission, as you might know, to set it up in a way which makes it the most creative possible space where I want to sit down and make music and make stuff all the time. And that was pretty easy to do in this room because it's very clean and very bright. But this is my new room. Because this is... As you can probably tell, it's a whole lot smaller than my other room, so I have no idea how I'm supposed to fit all my stuff in here. It's also quite a bit darker and a lot more echoey, as you can hear. But there is one big redeeming quality of this whole situation, and it's that I have an outside area. It absolutely does not look like much at all right now, and it's very run down and there's a lot of stuff that needs to be done, but I'm kind of here for it. So over the next however long this ends up taking, I'm going to be doing my best to transform my new space into my ultimate bedroom, studio, and a creative haven in this outside area. But goddamn, this place needs a clean. There is a bunch of dust and stuff everywhere. So I'm going to start off by doing a lot of dusting, and then I'm going to basically wash everything. Try and get some marks off. Like there are a bunch of marks like up here and stuff like that. And then after everything's clean, I think I'll have a better idea of where to go from here. A little bit dusty. I feel like because this place is old, it has the potential to be really vibey. And that's the thing that I care the most about. I've never really cared that much about incredible acoustics or amazing gear. Doesn't matter how sick the acoustics are, if the vibes are off, I'm never gonna make anything good. This is kind of satisfying though. And that's kind of why I love bedroom studios so much, because your music is your life, and your life is your music. Maybe one day I'll have a separate studio just for making music, but until then, I plan to deck out every single bedroom I have into the coolest studio I can. Okay, I think that's all the dust. So I'm going to be using this stuff for the walls. Oh, epic. And call me crazy as well, but I'm kind of optimistic about the fact that this place is a little bit smaller than my previous one, because I grew up in a really small room and for some reason they feel really cozy, and it just, I don't know, it could be conducive to vibes. Every single surface in here, so the floor, the walls, the ceiling, in all the cupboards, all that, the windows, they've all been touched by something like liquid, like a mopping thing or a cleaning liquid or a vinegar or something. Oh, there is one thing that I want to try though. These might be brass. So I've gotten this stuff called Brasso, which apparently makes it look more new. I don't know what the hell it does to it, but I'm not sure if it's brass anyway, so I'm gonna just try it, I guess. Why did I smell it? Holy shit, it's actually doing it. It's sparkling again. So check out this boy. Now check out this boy! Oh my god. He gleams. Yesterday was good. We got all the stuff like cleaned out and dusted inside, but what actually happened towards the end of the day is my girlfriend came over and we did the outside area. So we swept all the bullshit because there was just so much random like gunk and leaves, and I think the leaves had been sitting there for so long that they had broken down and become soil, which plants were growing out of. So yeah, we got rid of as much of that as we could. And then we actually gave it a huge mop with like heaps of water and heaps of chemicals and stuff. So that is clean. It's finally clean, which feels really good. It's a good starting point. Now today, I kind of want to like start making stuff look a little bit nicer before actually putting anything in. Because the thing about this place is it's not modern, and if I tried to make it look modern, it'd just not work. It's quite old, but it's got some like charm to some of the old elements. One of the parts was the Brasso, but the second is like all the skirting boards and all the windowsills and everything that's black. All the paint job's just fucked. And I feel like if I get that detailing nice, it could make the rest of the oldness feel more intentional, you know? Today, hopefully we're gonna be doing the painting of the skirting boards and all the black detailing. But one thing that would make the whole place look so much better, and I contemplated doing this and I finally pulled the trigger. I messaged the landlord asking if I could actually paint the entire thing white. Because the walls, I could work with them, but white would be a lot easier to work with. So who knows? I don't know if they'll get back to me in time. I don't know if we'll end up doing it, but that's just a little idea that I've had in my head. One complication is that it is the hottest day, I think, of the entire year. It's gonna hit like 41 degrees Celsius. Yeah, that's gonna make it a bit crazy. Keen to get this day started, and I'm sweating bullets. Oh, that looks so much better than it did yesterday. I just heard back from the landlord. I emailed them this morning, like an hour ago, and he got back to me straight away. No problem with the roof. This fucker might end up being white. The big decision now is whether to keep or whether to remove all this like black trim around the edges here. If I make it vibey like this rather than like super sterile and like, oh, modern, amazing, it'll be a lot cooler. I think that's what we'll do! Ah! I was trying to scrape this out to make it all smooth, but turns out I'm just making holes. So I think I might just leave it, you know? Because this isn't my house.
To paint something like these black skirting boards, you have to put tape around everything, because unless you've got an incredibly steady hand, you're just gonna get the paint everywhere. I have literally never painted anything in a room in my life, so, you know, I'm gonna need all the assistance I can get.
Not really much of a painter. Thank fuck we are going over it with white tomorrow, because there's a little bit that's not on the wood. At least there's tape, I guess. Time to choose the white paint. I think it's going to be like a warm tone type operation. Underratedly stressful thing is choosing a shade of, or a hue, I don't know what you call it, a color of white, because there's so many. I've talked about decision paralysis when there's too many options on this channel before, but how do you choose a white when there's all these whites? And it's gonna be a whole room, so you don't wanna make a wrong decision. Anyway, in the end, I went with I think a safe option, which is called Alpine Snow. For now, this black paint is dry, or touch dry, which is apparently when you're supposed to take the paper off. So let's have a look. All right. That's pretty cool. Just pour some in, right? All right. I've never painted a wall before.
I tried watching a quick tutorial because I figured that's probably something I should do if I'm going to paint my entire room, but then I realized they were going to teach me the proper way to do it, and I didn't need the proper way. It was 3 PM, about 1,000,000 degrees, and I just needed to get some paint on the wall.
I don't know if you can tell, but I have no idea what this is supposed to look like. This is my first time painting. So yeah, bit of a sus undercoat, but It's a white room now. Oh. I'm getting kind of tired. Not the kind of tired where you're like, oh, I don't want to do anything. I don't have any motivation. I'm just like run down. I don't know. Not that kind of tired. More the tired of like, I am so incredibly manic and so excited about this vision that I'm just doing heaps of work, and then my body is taking the toll because my brain just won't switch off. Like even last night and the night before, I couldn't really get to sleep till quite late, and I woke up quite early because I'm thinking about this project. This room's gonna be sick. And it feels kind of like a lot of my other creative projects where I have this really cool vision. It's a really cool vision, and it gets even cooler and cooler as I go until it becomes something that's really difficult to pull off. I guess that's a reason that I often start these projects without a full idea of how it's gonna go, because then I can kind of trick myself into being like, oh, this will be easy, it'll be quick. But then I start it and I'm like, oh my God, it's gonna take a while. I do find it funny how like your creative way of thinking and like way of being extends between projects. Like I seem to approach this in a similar way that I would approach music. Holy shit, there's a lot of stuff here. Or making a video or something. Well, I am making a video. But yeah, it is so much cooler than it was yesterday, which is an absolute godsend. Will be definitely a lot more enjoyable to do the painting today. So the goal of today is to basically get all the painting done inside, and then I think I want to start setting up the outside area as well. But first things first is like getting that painting done. Oh, definitely feeling the tiredness though. Overnight I learned that I was supposed to cut in or do like the side bits before I actually do the roller, which I didn't do yesterday. So yeah, we'll do that to start with, and then next coat on the thing, and then hopefully all the painting's done. Also a couple of little details here and there. We don't actually have that much paint left. It's literally that and whatever's in here. We've got to do the entire room basically. It feels like because it was such a dark color underneath, it might need an extra coat. So this has been 2 coats, and you can still see kind of like the markings and like the old color on this. I went out and bought another tub of paint, another 4 liters, so we have more than enough paint to just keep going until it's fully white. Also this wardrobe gonna do all of that. That's only had 1 coat. This looks so much better. It is insane. Like last night, I wasn't too sure about using white. I was a little bit regretful being like, I should have gone for a more cream color. And now I'm thinking it's a fantastic decision. This is entirely natural light and it's already just like kind of glowing. I think that's gonna be a big theme of the next part. I'm gonna be getting a lot of different light fittings in different places. I'm thinking some really moody, warm stuff that I can like mount in corners. That and plants are the main things I think that will really make this place pop. Ugh. The big problem I was having basically is that I want to cover up this shitty green mess. I want it to feel very natural, but doing anything with wood or doing like any grassy thing, obviously grass is off the table here, is too expensive. So this stuff from IKEA is like 20 bucks per meter squared or something, which is pretty good. But then I went on Marketplace and found it for way cheaper. And I haggled her down to like 30 bucks for whatever amount this is. And yeah, I'm just gonna see if it looks good in the space. What are just pulls in here? Oh, it just clips on. Adult Lego. It's already better, for sure. Just looks a bit out of place. immediately brightens up the space. So I just find things hard to see whether they're going to be good until I've got the final product. It's a lot like with music. Feels nice underfoot too. I'm actually pretty happy with this. Wow. That already just transformed the floor, and then the texture underneath and the weirdness kind of like looks cool underneath it, even though you can't see it, it's just more texture. Sick. This works. Oh my goodness. Before I go today, I want to get rid of both of these because they are just shit. I don't like them. That's going to be a lot harder to get out than I thought. Jeez. Okay, it's that one done. This one's an abomination. Gotta go, bro. Gotta go. God, this fucker's spiky. I have gardening gloves today. Oh my god, it's puncturing me through them. Eh. Ow! Fuck this guy. Ugh. Yes. I win. Ow, 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 ow. Ow! Why the fuck do people own cacti? They just want to hurt you. I tried to own one once. Didn't go so well. When you first found this channel from one of my remakes or me talking about the piano, did you expect to be here? Because I didn't. But I'm here for it, by definition. Whoa. My finger just got sticky in the gloves. I think I'm bleeding from the cactus inside my gloves. So my idea is, obviously, I'll buy some extra stuff of this to put in there in the corners. This will get like all fixed up, all the rust will go from rust converter. And I'm not sure what color. Black's actually kind of all right, but could go for like a deep brown with like a red hue, down for that. And then I was disliking these fence posts, but I could get a vine which grows on them and all the way around and along and makes the age look a lot better. Tall plant, tall plant, tall plant, tall plant. Plants along here, some cushions for the things, and then fairy lights along as well. That's feeling like a super creative space and somewhere that I would love to both work myself and then come with other people to collaborate, because we could just sit out here and vibe and it'd be great. Collaboration is actually a huge reason that I'm doing all of this, so if you're someone who makes music and is based in Sydney, hit me up. Maybe you could help break in the space. It's coming together. It's seriously coming together. After what turned out to be a huge first few days laying all the foundations, I took a few days to recover, and then it was time to actually start bringing stuff in and bringing this place to life. Yo, what's up, beautiful people? I am very excited, as you can probably tell, and it's because I've got plants. I've got a bunch of basil that I talked about putting along the side. I've got some small plants here, but then I've got these ones. Like huge leaves, super lush. I am super excited to get them in. But then there's the best of the bunch. I have got these. They are super tall. I don't know if you probably can't tell from this angle, but the idea with these is that they're gonna go around the area to kind of enclose it a bit more and make it feel a lot more cozy and a lot more, I don't know, separated from the outside world and creative. First things first is to get all these plants in my car and at the place, and then we'll arrange them. Oh yeah, and slight complication, it's raining all day and all of the next like 3. That's not gonna stop me though. All these plants have come courtesy of Mum's garden. How sick is that? I got a few plants, baby. Oh my goodness, yes. Huge yes. Oh yes. Yes, yes, yes. I'm in a jungle. I was supposed to have something fun to say here, but I'm just so happy. Ah! I'm so stoked. Obviously, this is not where all this stuff is going. I have ideas for where it will go. But next step, before we get it into those spots, is I want to do a few extra things to like the flooring and the sides and stuff to vibe it out a lot more, so that then we can put stuff in place. And to do that, I'm gonna need to go shopping. edging, I have two options, and I'm not sure which one's gonna look better. Fuck me, I am tired. This should be everything we need to make this outside area finished. The idea was that adding this around the edges here will make it feel like more textural because, I don't know, got a raised layer or some shit. And it's also cheap as hell. I think I'm gonna start by just like laying it down underneath these benches and stuff, and then the pots and plants will go into place around them. These bricks are ones that we kind of half threw away when we were cleaning this shit out, but now I need them, and the moss is actually kind of starting to look in place. You don't see it, but it's fun to be bringing back the old parts of this place. Yeah. This is my passion fruit. It's pretty small right now, but the idea is that it grows all the way up these vines and wraps along these, so it should go around here somewhere. It's great. It's starting to come together. Plant the biggest of the boys and wish him all the best. Right, that's one. It's you. Epic! It's pouring! In, that's two. So first it's the blistering heat, now it's the pouring rain. What's next? That's three. I've never been like particularly, squeamish isn't the right word, but like precious. Like I don't like gross things, but when it comes to getting down and getting something done, it doesn't bother me. That's four. Our next one is these big ones. It is absolutely pouring. Soaked to the bone, bro. Soaked to the bone, but I don't care. I think we're done. This is frantic. So, basically, my friend arrives this morning, my housemate, and I didn't realize. I thought it was in a week from now, but I haven't told him about the room, and I really want it to be a sick surprise. But he's getting home right now. I can see on Find My Friends.
Oh, dude, no fucking way. Bro. Fuck, dude, it looks so much better. The bottom black as well. Skirting board. Dude. Literally, like, completely different room.
Yeah.
It's literally so much lighter and more lively. Dude. What the epic? Dude, it's a different fucking world. Like, what the hell?
Give us a review out of 10.
Dude, like,
Yeah.
easy 10.
That's a pipe that runs to the water, and then the rest of this is like automatically watered.
No way, dude.
That's like a rust red or something, which I'm thinking will do the stairs on, or could do it full black to match like the black over there. But I'm not sure.
What about this kind of cracked one?
I really like that.
It's kind of sick.
Vibey.
Yeah.
And the plants coming through are kind
It's
of
going
a
through and
vibe.
it's kind of got a few different like earthy tones in there already.
Yeah.
So you leave that, spray paint the stairs and this fence.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun seeing his reaction.
Okay, now I can relax, and now I can contextualize what has happened in the last few days, because it's been a little while since the last shot, since I got all those plants in, and it was pouring down rain. Basically what happened is I moved in all my stuff. I dismantled my entire bedroom studio, and it was a bit emotional, to be honest, because that place is like where I have spent the most time doing this YouTube thing. It's where I've done everything over the last 2 years, and it means a lot to me. But we did that, we said bye to the room, transported the stuff. I drove a van for the first time, which was very fun. It's kind of shoddy how I've packed it, but you know. And then I did a few things around the garden to kind of do a few details to it, just to neaten things up. And here we are. And I'm at IKEA because apparently I live here now, because I need to buy a bunch of other things, because during the move, I actually broke my bed. So I've got to get a new one, along with a new desk, because I think my other desk is too big for the space, and a rug. Rugs are essential for acoustic treatment, because any hardwood floor is going to reflect all the highs, and you don't want that. I was ready for the natural vibe, but then I saw the green one, and I fell in love. Oh, feels like what this room needed. I feel like this is gonna take ages. Grimsby. So the last time I constructed a bedroom studio, in my last room, I think I was a little bit more focused on acoustics. I think that's partially because in the last room that I was in, I had a lot more room, so I had more options for which way to set it up and where to set my studio space up in the room. Whereas here, it's more like I have like 2 options and one of them just doesn't really make sense. But one important thing that people often don't think about is that no matter how bad your space is to a degree, if you learn what the space sounds like, you can still mix stuff really well. Not to mention you can just use headphones anyway. These feel like kind of loose. Are they supposed to be that loose? I don't know. One flat pack down. And it's on. The essential part of any bedroom studio, done. I've just gotten the desk into the room and look at the wood and the wood. It absolutely clashes. Should I go and get the white one instead? I think I might have to. So the reason I got another desk is because the other one that I have, I think is a bit too big for the space. And if I can get away with a smaller desk, it means more room for me to actually move and enough room for another person to be there and actually collaborate with me. Done. Am I really going to be able to work with that? Yet another IKEA trip. I'm living of IKEA hot dogs. One thing that's really been interesting to me throughout this whole thing is how similar making a room is to it is a creative process, but how similar it is to making music for me. I think when I'm producing music, I kind of have to try out every available option or a lot of available options, and it's never linear. It's always like I try something out, it doesn't work, so I try something else out, and then I go back and I try like 5 different things, and then I finally get to where I want to go. And that's kind of been how this has been. I've absolutely abused IKEA's returns policy. You can call it what you want. You can call it over deliberation or perfectionism or I don't know, but this seems to be how I create things, and it seems to be how I get to a final product that I'm really happy with. This afternoon, I literally bought 2 types of curtains, which I didn't even intend to use at all, and then came back and got a completely different pair. Am I being very efficient? Absolutely not. But I feel like taking twice as long or 3 times as long to squeeze out that extra 10-15% of something is what really brings me joy. But I can tell that after all is said and done, after this is finished, after everything's in its place, all those deliberations, all those little things that I went back and chopped and changed and rethought and thought about really hard and then came to things which I actually like, those are the things that I look at and be really proud of. I'm really happy with the final result. Anyways, I really should improve my nutrition. Let's get out of here. It's like 10 p.m, but I'm absolutely getting some more stuff done. I really just want to see what this layout's actually going to look like. Shit. Monitor stands. This is quite good, but the one issue is like, this is pretty close for a huge screen. Ooh.
That is exactly what I like. I really love having the piano here behind the production workflow. Like you produce and then you go here and you flow a bit and then you produce it. And then, but if you don't want to spend a lot of time doing something extensive there and you just want to put in a little bit of MIDI, what you want is your synth or your MIDI keyboard. I'm thinking up here is like the only place that makes sense. Monitors are in. Computer. The big daddy.
Last time I set up my studio, it took a lot longer because I was testing out a lot of different layouts. But this time, I kind of know exactly where I want everything to go.
It does feel pretty crazy to me setting this entire thing up without having done any sound tests. Because this could sound, and probably will sound, pretty dusty, but I mean, that's not really what I'm going for in this room so much.
When my focus isn't that much on the acoustics this time around, this is the only layout that makes sense to me. I spent pretty much all of the next day doing all the wiring for it, which is a job that doesn't look that interesting, but it is so important for me to get right. It's really important to me to have each different part of my studio grouped together on the power board so that I can easily switch each section on or off if I need to.
It's past 6 p.m. It doesn't look like much has happened, but so much has been set up. So I've got my whole setup here. That's section number 1. Doesn't sound half bad, you know. Section number 2 is the keyboard and amp and all that stuff. And then section number 3 is my charging station and this light. It might not look like much, but this is the most incredible workflow weapon. Look at this shit. Hi. This is a cool angle. Beam, boom. I should keep working. There's 4 power points, and the last one I'm gonna use for all the lighting that's gonna go around here. All the wiring is in here, and all the different sections are in under here, which makes it pretty difficult if I want to turn on and off everything or one section at once. Pretty hard. And for years I would like kind of just go to the PowerPoint and flick it on over there at the bottom. It was just so bad. Finally, a few years ago, I bought this thing. And this isn't some smart home controller, anything that requires Wi-Fi, anything super high tech. It uses radio frequencies and it literally just powers any port. And with one flick of a button, off. Every single part of my setup is off. And the thing about this is because it's radio, you don't have to point it anywhere, you don't have to be connected to Wi-Fi, you don't need to do anything. You just click wherever you are. It's the best thing. My goodness, time to clean up all this crap. It's finally time. Finally time to do the part that I've been waiting to do for ages! We finally get to actually put stuff in and turn this into a vibe. It's like 8 p.m, but I don't give a fuck. The 4 things that we need to put up are lights, acoustic treatment, records, and guitars. Mate, that is perfect. Look at the clearance on the door. They couldn't get any higher. Okay, so that goes there.
I'm not sure if you can tell, but at this point I'm getting pretty tired. I've been working on this whole project for over 2 weeks. It's kind of ballooned into something that I didn't expect would be so big. But with projects like these, my brain just needs to get it done. The only problem is when I work till like the early hours of the morning like this, my decision fatigue is at an all-time high. So it took me like 3 hours to get all this stuff in. But in the end, I got there. I got all my records up, I got most of the acoustic treatment up, and I got all my plants up as well. It's crazy to me how I can paint the entire room, bring in all the functional stuff, but it's not until this stuff is up that the place starts to feel like somewhere that I actually want to create in. There's still a couple things that need to go in, but for now it's time to sleep.
I can't think straight anymore. It's too late. Yeah, I need to sleep. Almost there.
There's one thing that's been absolutely irking me about this outside space, and it's this staircase. It is so rusty and old, and it just makes the rest of it look really bad. No matter how good I make the rest of it look, I feel like it can't be as vibey as it could be until I fix this. Initially when I first saw it, I thought I would just do a patch-up job with some rust converter, but now that I've got everything else in and this entire project is just ballooning out of control, why not just let it and spray paint the whole thing? Before I can do that, I do need to scratch off a bunch of this rust and then put rust converter on, which is just this chemical which transforms rust somehow into like a solid material, and god, there is a lot of rust here. I scrape, and it's just never ending. But while I was doing that, my other housemate came home from his holiday, and here's his reaction.
Fuck dude, looks really good in here. That's crazy. Did you paint the whole room? Good to have you. This is so nice. Holy fuck.
Here's a review out of 10.
Oh, like, fucking definitely a 10, mate.
This is not too bad, actually. Alrighty, so it's time to spray paint. I don't know what color I want to spray paint. I initially thought this color, it's called Mana Red, but I kind of am feeling like it's a bit of an L. So I also bought some black just to see what that looks like. So I'm gonna spray paint this color and see if I like it. And if not, no. And if I do, then I'll do the rest of it. Do we like it? If the whole thing was that color. Hello. So I just spray painted a step and I want your opinion on whether I should do the rest. Yep, okay, I'll send a photo. I'm gonna do another step completely black as well and see if that's the vibe. Actually, I'll do that and then I'll send you the photo. I'm not actually sure. Hi.
It looks very red.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's the right color.
Yeah, I agree. Let's try something out. Yep, that is definitely the color.
My mate came home from work and decided to help me out with the spray painting, which is very welcome because I'm very tired.
This is the original idea, and it was, then I did it, and it was fucking bad.
It's like not that bad. I actually like the blue, to be fair.
Got-
Or even just like multicolours, like different colours.
Nah.
Rainbow red.
It's a lot more fun, but nah. My idea is for it to feel kind of like at the tree trunk to all the...
Oh yeah.
Should probably start from the top, hey?
Probably. So, yeah.
But you didn't think you'd be doing this summer?
Nah, this is definitely more fun than what I was
I feel like I'm in Subway Surfers. Setting up.
gonna do. Is there like a system to it or just spray it?
I'm sure there is, mate. I'm sure there is.
Wait, this is blue. Do you want blue?
It's not blue.
Oh, it comes out blue. But then I think it turns. That's definitely blue.
What?
Is that just what the colour is? But that's just not even that colour either. Is it?
No. That's supposed to be the... What
Is
the
that one you bought
fuck?
initially? That's just the wrong colour.
So apparently, that and that and that are all the same color. They all come from this. I got gloss mission brown because I was like, I want it to be like a tree trunk. But apparently, that's brown. Yep. Wait, it's kind of changing color here.
No, that's not-
Do we just need to shake it? Is that how it works?
Maybe it does. I was just reading actually. It says you need to shake it for 2 minutes before
Wait.
you start spraying.
Oh wait, that is brown.
No way.
Okay.
That's so stupid.
No, but that is dead set blue.
That was blue. It was blue.
I guess brown is probably made up of a lot of colors.
That's actually so funny.
Okay, that's brown. Never mind. I apologize, Dulux.
It's that time again. Ain't it, Harley?
This project has turned into a way bigger project than I initially thought it would, and throughout a lot of it, I've just gotten really, really tired, and I'm getting to this point where I'm just doing things to get it done, and I'm thinking like, what am I even doing this for? I know I need it done, but I don't know why. And then I got this floodlight in here, and it feels like exactly what I wanted. And the moment that I plugged it in, I looked at this place and went, oh my goodness, that's why I do this. Like with any creative project, I feel like what I'm searching for is these moments where the vision that I had in my head snaps all into place and it's there. It's not perfect, it's not exactly how it was, but it's really close. And that satisfaction that I get from
making things and bringing stuff together and striving towards some vision that I have in my head. That's what I do this for. That's why I make things. Because this is beautiful. I'm so happy. It's been over 3 weeks since I first started doing this and got into this pretty barren space, inside and out. And I somehow turned my vision into a reality. It just feels so beautiful to be sitting here and like sheltered by plants. It's just a canopy. That's obviously the main piece of all of this, but there's all the little details that went in to making it like feel like this. I've got the flooring, which to be fair isn't a tiny detail, but then I've got like all the plants along the side, and I've got a bunch of lighting and stuff which lights up at night and just makes it quite magical. I've got the whole like stairs completely redone. That coloring just like brings it all together. But yeah, I can yap all I want, but from where this was, there's now just like an energy here. This now feels like somewhere that I want to create in all the time. The oldness absolutely looks in place now. Like all this cracked stuff along the sides is just, it's just stunning, and you couldn't recreate it if you tried. But now, it's time to show you my inside area, my little bedroom studio. From where it was before, from an absolute like pooey brown and kind of dirty, and again it was just like, you can describe it all you want, but there just wasn't an energy there, to now where we are with just like, I don't know, the warmth, the light, the energy. And not just that, I don't just love having a space that's got like a good energy, it needs to be functional, and this is incredibly functional. I've got my actual music making setup here where I sit here and I produce, and then I turn around and I flow. I have a big ass screen, which I really like, and when I'm producing I usually close this lid and just focus there, because this kind of makes me feel like I'm on my phone in some way. It makes me a bit more distractible. I've got my mini log over here, which is, I use this most often for putting in quick MIDI stuff. So if I have a melody idea or I just don't really want to go over to the full keyboard to do it. People always ask me which keyboard I have. It's the Roland FP10. I was tossing up when I got it between the Roland FP10 and the Yamaha equivalent. I really like the whole minimal vibe of this, especially for a bedroom studio where you don't have a whole lot of space. So I can come back here and like flow if I'm trying to just like start an idea, or I'm trying to figure out some chords or a melody over the top of something, and that's my main focus in the moment, and I'm out of the production zone. One thing that's really important for me is to be able to play this when I'm not actually at my computer and not producing. So the way that I've set up all the wiring means that I can just turn it on and then I can start playing. And same goes for my guitars. It's over there right now, but it would be up on the wall and I could just bring it down, turn on my amp, and start playing. And I've got my loop pedal here. It's just a standard Ditto loop pedal. And then I've got this chroma console, which is awesome because it's just like all the effects that you could want in one. Hologram did send me this, and it's been a lot of fun to use. It sounds fantastic. My monitors, which we didn't really talk about the acoustics too much in this room, but one thing that I do always try and do is get an equilateral triangle between the monitors. So there are a bunch of different things that I haven't done, and I don't know, I kind of seem to pick and choose which ones to do. But an equilateral triangle is very useful for a stereo image and like being able to hear where everything sits in the panning spectrum. So that means that
the distance between each speaker should be the same as the distance between the speaker and your ear. It's not just these, which are the JBL 5-inch ones. I can't remember what they are. I've had them forever, but along with that I have my Big Daddy sub. I make dance music, so I like to be able to hear what is going on in the low frequencies. Got my Scarlett. I don't know, I've never felt the need to get an Apollo, and maybe my ears aren't good enough, but it works fine. Obviously we've got Walter and Gus, necessary. An aircon behind there, and then bed. And these are important. I think they really help with all the reflections. The two things that like acoustic panels like this can do is one, like flatten out your frequency response so it's less lumpy. But two is like get rid of all the reflection, which means that you're not hearing so much reverb and delay from the room. You're actually just hearing the dry signal, which is a lot more helpful for mixing and making stuff. They get rid of a little bit of bass, but the position of my speakers fucks that up enough to make that be difficult to fix. But yeah, I've got my record wall, which if you've been following this channel for a while, you'll know that when I started in my other room, there was like 4 or 5, and this has grown. My goal is by the time I'm done in this space for this entire wall to be filled with records. But not just any records, they've got to be records that mean a lot to me. As you can see, I spent a lot of money on this project. So I added it up, and I've got this calculator here, and I've just got to click equals to find out how much I actually spent. I kind of knew that it was getting up there, but just to see the number right there is like, oh, not the cheapest project I've done. 100% worth it though. And yeah, this is my studio, my bedroom studio. You don't need a crazy huge studio space, or even a studio space that's separate to your bedroom to be able to make great stuff. And in fact, a lot of times amazing stuff is made in these bedroom studios because it's so vibey, the energy's there, you're cozy, you're safe. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed. I'm keen for this year, I fucking hope you are, because a lot of cool stuff's gonna happen. I'll catch you in the next video.